got this email about an hour ago when I mentioned this would be happening. Jacob wrote in and simply said, seriously, you're going to interview a bug guy? This I've got to hear. Yes, my friend Titus is in the studio with us from Fast Action Pest Control. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So I've mentioned we have, when things are right in the world, we've got a 6-guy rotation that we golf on the weekends. Unfortunately, all of us are of a somewhat similar age group. Titus is the young one.
Sure.
Are you an old millennial or a young Gen Xer? Where do you fall?
Old millennial.
Old millennial. Okay. So that's how young he is compared to Dawn's husband and me and Pat, our security chief.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 primaries. And then we've got my real estate agent, who I've known for over 20 years. And all of us are in somewhat of disrepair, either like knees or Gary and his leg surgery this year. And Pat's, I forget what he was going through. And then you were having issues. We're all having issues at some point. So it's been a weird year. For golf. I assume we met through your wife,
Yes.
who works with us.
Yes, absolutely.
And so we started golfing right away. And the first time I saw you swing, I went, that guy's a baseball player. And you played, right? All the way in. How far did you go?
All into college.
Into college, but that was it.
That was it.
Were you thinking you'd go pro?
I was. Yeah, I was.
Was college the wake-up call? Or
Until I tore my rotator cuff.
So do you think you could have? Had you not
Of
torn
course
the
I do. Yeah, of course.
You still a fan?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you still watch and go, I could get out there?
Unfortunately, I'm an A's fan like you. So
Oh man.
Hey, but they'll be here
they'll be here.
next year.
They will be here.
No, you guys could play as good as the A's.
True.
Very
You
true.
both could be on the A's team.
What did you play?
Third base.
Okay, I could still pitch. Now, the problem is I'm not pitching to the A's. See, then I could get them out.
Yeah.
So you're going to be getting a lot of hot shots at third
Oh, thanks.
as I'm pitching for the A's. All right, so do you have kids?
Yes.
Because I know your wife, who's part of our team.
Yes.
She has a daughter from another marriage.
Yes.
And you have
A son.
just a son from another marriage as well.
Absolutely.
How old is he?
He's gonna be 20. He's 20 this year.
Oh,
Last week.
no, he's
No
not.
way.
Oh,
Wow.
for God's sakes! Is he a ball player?
He was.
Same thing.
COVID.
Oh,
COVID got him.
Oh, damn COVID.
Jesus.
Ugh.
So-
Good for you though. You got it done young.
Yeah. Daughter's almost out the house.
Right?
She's turning 16 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
boy. I'm trying to avoid saying your wife's name because I love her to death, but we don't need to put her on blast. But she's always talking about how you're the grill guy at the house.
Yes.
So how do you handle Thanksgiving?
I smoke my turkey.
Okay, so you are cooking.
Yes.
And you're smoking it, and this is a regular thing. Do you have like family over, or do you keep it low?
We go back and forth. Sometimes we go to my dad's house. Sometimes I bring it to our house. I'm not sure yet. I'm deciding which way I want to go.
Do you just? Oh, okay. So you're not waiting to be told. You're still making the decision.
Yes.
Because some houses it's like whatever you say, honey.
Right.
yes.
That's what I'm going to do. By the way, I do love people that watch us on the RADTV, like Josh, who just wrote in and said, "Is the Fast Action logo on the wall green screen, or did Brandon just throw it up real quick because Titus is there?" So, Titus, if you turn around, you see a green wall.
Yeah.
You know what they see? They see the Fast Action Pest Control logo. Is that not
Nice.
amazing?
That's awesome.
It came in with Titus. It popped up there when he sat down.
So it will disappear when Titus leaves.
Exactly.
It might glow.
It floats around behind him wherever he goes.
So how does a guy like you get into the bug business?
Interesting story is that it was my kid, really. He started playing baseball, and I was selling cars, and I wanted to coach and be involved in that. So my dad was a blue-collar worker, and I said, you know what? It's time for me to start looking, and applied, and here I am.
So okay, so
years later.
so you, for lack of a better term, wash out of playing baseball. So did you have an idea what you were going to do when you were in college, or was it baseball and then oops rotator cuff and now I don't know?
I wanted to be a lawyer,
Okay.
but I hated reading.
Oh,
Yeah.
lots of reading with that, huh? Too much.
So
Oh man.
so let me find a job and see what I can do, and
So
I
you
start selling cars.
You stumbled into selling cars, which I bet you were great at because you got the look, you got the personality.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, but then no, I need. So the idea with your son playing ball, you needed real hours or the
Yes.
ability to get out there when.
That's so sweet
We're
of
hours
you.
and just be there.
Oh,
But-
I love that.
Why bugs? What of all the places to apply? What made you think, oh, I'll apply to become an exterminator?
It was kind of that blue collar worker that my dad
Just-
always did.
just
So,
get a
yeah,
job?
Let's get a job.
Okay.
It's,
Did you apply
Nice.
other places like
course,
other?
yeah.
So you wind up. Did you start with Fast Action?
no,
You started with another company and then kept working your way through the business. So you had no experience.
none.
Because I know at times when you've needed workers, you've said, we don't need experience, we'll train them, kind of thing.
We'll train them all.
By the way, are you hiring right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
Nice.
Okay, so you work your way up through the business, you wind up at Fast Action. Now, at Fast Action, did you start as just I'm going to go into people's homes, and not that it's not an important job, and spray people? Or hopefully they're
not
bugs.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you mouth off.
We get asked that all the time.
Okay?
No, I actually just started as a regular technician. When I came to Fast Action, I was actually just inside sales.
Okay.
And then worked myself all the way up.
Because you're kind of sort of running the joint now.
Yeah, I'm VP of marketing and sales.
Okay.
Of the whole company.
Very nice.
And how long have you been doing it?
Since 2010, so 14 years.
Okay, so Dawn's always freaking out about bugs and all these other things.
Disgusting.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen or heard about?
Oh my.
Like either from a technician or what you've seen, where you go, oh my God, this one's going. We're going to talk about this in the break room.
I've seen roaches crawling on the floor, people walking barefooted.
What?
Oh.
Yes.
Like just normally, this is their house. They're
Yes.
walking barefoot in their own home.
Yeah, like
Disgusting.
open the door and roaches fall down
Oh.
off the
Oh,
door
that
jams.
is so sad.
Like I ran outside and shook my boots off. I was nervous.
Like the sad part is that they're walking around barefoot like it's normal.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh gosh. Oh my.
I always wonder too about the human condition of
Oh.
what was the tipping point that got them to call you then?
Yeah.
If it's so normal that they're walking around with bare feet and cockroaches raining on you, what made it go, oh, we should call Titus?
This
from
is
Fast
too
Action?
much, right? Yeah, this is one too many. We'll call now. Wow.
Didn't even
yeah.
ask that question.
No,
Yeah, no,
you
of
just-
course not. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
Just, you just get to work. I know one of the things we try to push on people, and it's hard. It's like why you should do your HVAC servicing twice a year, right? Is the maintenance part
Right.
of past, because people are like, really, I got to pay these guys monthly to come out to my house, which I do, Dawn does, we
Yep.
do here at the building, and we have no problems.
True.
And that's the trick, right? Is if, I mean, this is the sales pitch part of this. If they don't do it, then they're calling you with the roaches raining on them.
Yep.
And what do you guys do on a standard monthly visit when they're coming out?
We knock down all the spider webs off the house, off the fence line, the bushes. And then we treat around the base of the home, and then the exterior yards, mulches areas, and then we treat the inside as needed.
Did you deal with those little bastards that dig in your yard like voles and moles?
Oh.
Whoever's doing my house, we got to tell them next time because we've had an outbreak
Okay.
since he was there last.
See, that's what I also
So
appreciate.
I'll leave that to you.
Yep.
Because
I'll
you're
take care.
you're getting that maintenance, right? But then something could pop up that normally you didn't have, and you guys are. I love that because it's like, oh, this time can you do this, and then that's no longer a problem,
Right.
whatever it might be. Like ants weren't an issue for us ever until they were with some rain. I don't know. I blame it on the rain, and I don't know why, but I just thought, oh, they're coming in from that area, and then you guys came out, and I haven't seen an ant since. This was, oh my God, a couple years ago.
Yeah, how bad are the ant problems? Because I've noticed ants coming into my condo. We use just like the little ant bait poison, but they'll go away for a few months, and then all of a sudden the weather changes and they're back again. I don't know if it's the same colony, but I thought I was killing them off. Apparently not.
Well, the problem is they multiply their colonies. So you might have only killed one colony, but not the whole colony.
Oh.
Yeah.
So pieces of the colony. And yeah, with the rain, like the weather we're getting right now, I imagine we're going to get a ton of calls with ants getting flushed into the homes.
So this is one of the things we talk about this time of year because we rotate. It's the same message.
Right.
It's a different season and the way different creatures respond. Ants, they're basically, correct me if I'm wrong, Titus, they want to come into our home for the same reason we do. It's dry and it's warm. And spiders the same thing or not
Spiders,
as much?
but not as much.
Rodents?
Rodents is huge.
They're
right
the
now.
big
We're
ones.
getting tons of calls about rodents right now.
Like from mice to big rats? Biggest rat you've ever seen?
About a foot.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's this big, Dawn.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a big rat.
That's a man's foot.
Okay, maybe more
Man's
like that.
size, yeah.
So the
Dang.
rodents for the same reason they're coming in and like what basements we don't have a lot of basements around here, but under the house.
Under the home, but mainly in the attic. They're trying to get in the attic. That's where all the insulation is, all the warmth is. That's usually where the people's furnaces are, which produces a lot of heat for them.
Okay, and so then they'll nest there, and will they mate, and then baby rats will come out?
You got it. They'll chew on your wires. They'll make a lot of noise.
Oh, yeah.
We get a lot of calls about people complaining they're getting woken up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, hearing the scratching, they're running on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, God.
So this time of year, ants and rodents are the primary thing.
Yes.
Okay, what about, because this is, if I understand this correctly, this is year-round. Termites, which most people don't even know they have them until it's a terrible thing, like they're trying to sell their house and they get the pest inspection, they're screwed. or literally their structure starts to get compromised.
Absolutely.
I mean, how do you even know if you have termites until it's too late?
I mean, we recommend doing inspections randomly. Obviously, we don't know you have termites unless we can see there's evidence of termites. But the key is to catch it before it becomes a big problem. So once we first notice that first sign of termites, we can treat for it before it becomes a bigger problem.
And you would you say I'm exaggerating that can be a tens of thousands of dollars problem if left untethered?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, a lot of times it's not that expensive if we catch it early.
Right.
It's
But if you let them,
$1,000.
if you don't do it,
Oh, yeah.
the damage they can cause, we're into the tens and tens of thousands of dollars.
We just did a house that's about $25,000 worth of damage.
Whoa.
So when you do an inspection, this sounds like oh, sure. You're going to come into my house, you're going to charge me $79, $100, whatever, to do an inspection. And, oh, look at that, you found termites. You know how people hear this stuff.
Right.
How does that really work?
It's actually a free inspection. So as long as you're not selling your home or refinancing your home, we will inspect the home free of charge for rodents, ants, spiders, termites, dry rot, all that stuff for you.
Nice.
No obligations. We'll send you a proposal. You move forward with us or not. A lot of people will get a second opinion, which is totally fine, and then from there end up calling us back because our prices are usually unbeatable.
And the difference with buying or selling is that's part of the process, and so you have to get paid because it's all for the inspection because it's all part of the buy-sell disclosure thing.
Absolutely.
Is it a myth that the termites only get to wood or stucco type homes? Like, can they get any home?
Any home.
Any home, yeah. I felt like, because I remember hearing, oh, no, if you've got stucco, you're fine. It's like, what? But there's
There's
isn't
wood
the
behind the
stucco
window.
covering the wood. Yeah, it's like, I think it's a myth.
We are talking to Titus from Fast Action Pest Control. They're online at fastactionpestcontrol.com. Got some emails here. Aaron wrote in and said, "Who's the hot pest guy?" Okay, we answered that.
He's taken. That's who he is.
Michael says, "I've noticed a Fast Action Pest Control banner on a building in Yuba City. 2 questions: is that location hiring, and can I use Rob as a reference?"
Is it a billboard?
We actually have our second branch in Yuba City.
Okay.
Oh.
So it is you guys.
Yes, it is.
Are they hiring? Do you
Yes,
know?
we are hiring.
Okay. Let's. I said we'd go back to that. So really, what are you looking for in terms of people that need a job?
Well, we want somebody that's not looking for a job. We want somebody that's looking for a career. This is something I built into the career. You have to start from the ground up, but you can work yourself up to branch managers. Like, everybody in that Yuba branch started off as a technician. Our Yuba branch manager. We're opening up another branch this year in Tracy as well. So we're looking for somebody who wants a career, not a job.
Now, multiple times years ago, especially during COVID, when you were golfing, you were talking about, oh my God, we cannot find people, good people. And I know one of your challenges was, I don't know if you remember the guy who was my first guy after you came out. And then you had to promote him up because he was so good. Yes. And it's like, oh, but I'm losing him doing this, but he's so good. So you're always looking for people that are committed and willing, and you guys, you're like that. Yeah. Don talking about ants was a few years ago. We had an ant outbreak, and of course, women. Christina's like, ah! I'm like,
I remember that one.
You were in Afghanistan.
Terrible.
What are you doing? And he was out like right away, and went above and beyond, got rid of the ants and everything. So okay, people that want a career, but when you say a career, is this something that you can long term pay the bills, be comfortable, enjoy your life kind of thing?
Absolutely.
So it just like, and because you're going to move up, or just because that's the business?
It's the business. We're growing, and we're raising our rates yearly just because of cost of doing business, but the growth alone.
What about, like, how far do you get with pests, like skunks?
No, so we don't do any wildlife training.
Okay.
Oh.
So anything gets close to the wildlife, you're like, nope, you got to call somebody else, sort of thing.
We did dabble in it for a while, and it's too expensive. Nobody wants to do it, especially dealing with skunks and raccoons. They're vicious.
Oh, they are. God. People think raccoons are so cute.
They are.
Oh, they're little bastards.
I want one on a leash.
Oh, God.
Chain it to do tricks.
Juan wrote in. Now, he's talking about how you might handle this, but I'm sure that you have a way to handle it. Juan says, is climbing onto a second floor to destroy a wasp nest something that is out of the question for you guys due to the height?
We have some poles that reach about 40 feet. We don't really climb on the roofs unless we have to, unless we're dealing with pigeons. So.
Oh, damn.
Well, now there's another one we talk
wow.
about all the time. Pigeons. Now, this is more of a, correct me if I'm wrong, like a springtime thing.
Spring and summer,
Yeah, but they attack solar panels, basically.
They nest underneath them. It protects them from rain, shelter, and hawks.
Smart on them.
Okay, so
gosh.
What's the big problem?
All their poop and their diseases clogs the gutters.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
And at this time of year, when it starts raining, your gutters are clogged.
And they're clogged of doo-doo? Oh, that's
Toxic
lovely.
doo-doo.
Oh, yummy.
Well, I guess there's no
There's a lot of
untoxic
acid
doo-doo.
in their droppings, too, so eat away at their tiles, eat away at
Oh.
the paint of the gutters.
Wow.
Gutters will start rusting out.
Dang.
This is from Jessica. Says, we recently signed up for Fast Action Pest Control services. I wasn't home when my husband met with them the first time. Is it safe to assume you did an inspection before services were started? Because you now have me worried about termites, damn it.
Well, we probably didn't do the termite inspection, but the technician did do an inspection for the ants and spiders. We only have certain licensed people that are able to do the termite inspections.
And that would be a specific request.
Yes.
But again, if you're not buying or selling a house, we can just call you and say,
Free of charge.
Like Jessica's like, look, my husband can't be trusted. Clearly, that's what she's saying.
Well, you know, we didn't listen to the details of what she asked.
Oh,
Huh?
of course
What?
not. He just went, whatever, dude.
Gates unlocked. Help yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned Tracy. So your service area, you've always been like part of the Bay Area, the greater Sacramento area. How far are you stretched now in terms of, because we got people listening all over the damn place.
All of Sacramento, down to Yuba City, all the East Base, so San Ramon, Pittsburgh, Antioch, Oakley, Tracy, all the way out to Modesto.
So, and you're already up to Yuba City. What about east?
All the way up to Cannon Park, Rockland, Auburn,
Okay.
Folsom.
Any chance you'd go out of California and expand? Right now, not on the books, or?
You never know.
Uh-huh. Oh.
You never know.
If you go into Nevada, I know a show in Reno.
They're not very good.
No, but they're very popular.
Correct,
And
yes.
that's really what matters.
Right, yeah.
And I happen to know the guy on that show has major hookups at the golf courses in Reno. And since you would have to be traveling there, and you're a partner of mine, we would have to go for Kyle's favorite things, a business expense.
Ah, yes. Is there lunch included?
Oh, for my partner, Titus. Yes, and I can even get rooms in Reno.
Perfect.
You mean your guy?
My God, I'm sorry, my God, not me,
Jeez,
not me.
Lord, no.
I can't do it. Speaking of, I'll withhold the name. He wrote in us just now and says, I work for a pest control company in Nevada. The company I work for sucks. I was wondering if you're hiring. Well, we covered that. He would have to relocate.
It'd be a commute.
Yeah.
A big commute.
Robert says, did I hear a new Tracy location is coming soon for Fast Action? And what area would that cover? I live in Hayward, and a new career sounds nice. Also, so I know, if a rat goes inside a house, does it become a mouse? And if a mouse goes outside, does it become a rat? Okay, funny. So Hayward, do you know if that's in the I mean, Tracy and Hayward aren't exactly next to each other.
Hayward, right now, we only service our commercial accounts out there. But eventually, that would be the plan, is to grow out there as far as residential as well.
We should point out, when I said we, so we're in the RAD Studios, private commercial location, and you guys take care of us, and you do all commercial locations.
Yes.
Now, that's got to be a different animal. When you're dealing with, I mean, you know, it's just 5 people here. Most of us aren't slobs. But when you're dealing with, like, commercial, I mean, you're doing warehouses, you got to find some stuff there.
Absolutely. I mean, we do anywhere from food banks to plants, storage shelters, everything. We see it all.
We just got this email, rad@radradio.com, from Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Titus came to my house to deal with a termite issue. I can confirm that he is very good looking. Also, we haven't had a single ant in our house since the termite killing injection. Perfect. Not sure what it's called. My husband brought it up just the other day. Is that what it's called, a termite killing injection?
It's a big needle that they stick in your house.
It is a... It is a big needle that we inject into the soil.
Oh,
but
wow,
yes.
cool.
Giant syringe.
Is it,
Yeah,
I just
right,
get this
yeah.
picture of you bringing out the 6-foot-tall syringe, and then you're pushing on the top, the plunger. Get in there! So if they go to fastactionpestcontrol.com, they just have to give you what information to get this process started?
It's just a form on there. You just fill out their name, address, the zip code, and how you heard about us.
Rad Radio.
They can pick... they can pick the date they want us to come out.
Okay, if they just want you as soon as possible, what is the approximate turnaround these days?
2 to 3 days.
Okay, so, but they could actually also say, you know what, I'm going to be home the first week of December, I'm on vacation, and pick a date there, and you can almost always accommodate it.
And they can always call us too.
And this can be just for inspections, it can be for I've got a problem.
It can be for anything.
Because we've gotten emails about you guys where people have called up in a panic and said, I've never used you before, I've heard about you on RAD Radio, and I've got roaches everywhere. And you guys will kind of like stat that, right? You'll get out as
The
ASAP.
quickest we can. For example, I have 5 inspectors that work underneath me, and then I kind of leave myself as a floater schedule. So if we're super slammed or we have an emergency, I'll try to come in and help the customer out.
We got this question from Amanda. Says, how long should it take to get rid of ants? I'm currently using a company that has terms, aka they've been out 6 times, and I'm still having problems.
Oh. 6 times?
Jeez.
The biggest thing with pest control, everybody thinks we have a magic wand and it just goes away. The goal is to control it. 6 times seems a very extreme. I say 2 to 3 times. It just really depends on how bad the colony is.
Now, you're a very nice guy, but I've heard stories, not from you necessarily, but this is one of those industries where there's a lot of bad actors too.
Absolutely.
That take advantage of homeowners.
Yep.
So whether that's her case or not, like you said, that seems like an extreme case. And we've heard other stories of, we had an email a couple weeks ago about you guys where a company came out and their quote was absurd and they were going to do all this stuff, and then your guy goes out and goes, we don't have to do any of that, and they've had no problems. Well, so that's got to be part of the challenge as well. We hear this from other RADvertisers all the time. I mentioned Jordan from LMS Garage Doors. He's been on a couple times, and he's like, it's a horrible industry. People are just taking advantage of others, and that's one of the things you have to fight against too.
Yeah. We try to be fair right across the board. Like, if it's my grandma, I'm going to treat you like my grandma. And if you're not my grandma, I'm going to treat you like my grandma. Like, we want fair. We're not here the business to go get rich or go on a Hawaii trip just because I sold one customer in pest control.
Right.
We're trying to take care of the customers and be fair about it. If you have a problem, great. Like, I was at 3 houses yesterday. 2 of them didn't have a problem. And I told them, you don't have a problem.
What did they say?
They signed up for pest control because I was honest with them.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Like,
Just to continue to not have a problem,
like,
right?
we can do preventive stuff for
Yeah.
you, but you don't have rats right now. So
That's how you get returning customers, though, and that's how you get people that want to refer you.
Yeah.
Because you're, like, trusted. Yeah, I never get when these people screw someone. You think they're going to recommend you? They're not. But,
Well, some of them, it takes a while to figure out they're getting screwed.
Yes, yes.
We may or may not have helped Andrea by pointing out, 6 visits might be right on the edge there. That's a long time. I mean, it sounds like she hasn't seen any improvement in ants after 6 visits.
yeah, usually after the second visit, our supervisors go out there and get it taken care of.
Oh.
Sometimes it's a mixing problem, maybe it's a chemical problem, maybe it's a technician problem.
I didn't know if you had a special supervisor mix that you hold back from
A lot of times it's just educating. Sometimes we have new employees, we got to educate them the next steps. There's a lot of variables. We mix chemicals too hot sometimes, and it counteracts
Well, what
we're
about
doing.
what about pets? A lot of people, obviously dogs, cats, and they're like, yeah, well, what are you bringing out? Or is it going to hurt my animals, indoor, outdoor, all that?
We have a lot of pet-friendly stuff. A lot of times we recommend just keeping the pets away for 10 to 15 minutes on the inside until it dries. Exterior right now, this time of year, is going to take a little bit longer, but once it dries, it's totally safe for them to be out there.
And if somebody wants to apply, if they're interested in working for you and they can't like walk into the Yuba City location, is there an easy way they can apply?
Right on our website.
Is there a spot on the website that says apply
now
here?
hiring.
Oh, well, that's easy. So that's fastactionpestcontrol.com. Anything else you wanted to mention, Titus, that we haven't hit on? No?
I don't think so.
You know, good? Can they request you? Like, can the ladies?
Oh,
no.
They can request me. I don't know if I'm going to be out there every time.
All right, yeah. Hopefully, by spring, we'll all be back on the course together, man.
Right.
Great to see you, buddy.